Hi students, today we can study exercise 13.3 question number 6. How many silver coins 1.75 centimeter in diameter and of thickness 2 millimeter must be melted to form a cuboid of dimension 5.5 centimeter into 10 centimeter into 3.5 centimeter. Then in here two figure we have to draw. First draw one silver coin. Can draw one cylindrical shape. Just like one silver coin. Then diameter already given. Diameter is 1.5 centimeter and thickness is 2 millimeter. Thickness 2 millimeter. Yes, one coin. Then this like many coin, using by many coins we are making one cuboid. One cuboid. We are going to make one cuboid using by many silver coins, not only one. Then dimensions given, that is 5.5 centimeter, then 10 centimeter height is 10 centimeter, 3.5 centimeter width. Anything you can write, I am just writing width. Height is 3.5 centimeter. Then width 10. Okay. Length 5.5 centimeter, then width 10 centimeter, then height is 3.5 centimeter. Given. What are things given in here? We can write that given. First, a radius. A radius of a coin r equal to, small letter r equal to. In here diameter only given, we have to find out radius. Diameter is 1.75 divided by 2 centimeter. We will get a radius, just divide by 2. Then next, this thickness means height, isn't it? We can take height. Side thickness of coin. When you take that alphabet, just take h, small letter h. Thickness and height will be equal, that is 2. Look in here, 2 millimeter, isn't it? But other measurement all centimeter, only one, this height, this thickness only 2 millimeter, millimeter change to centimeter. We need all the measurement in same unit. This 2 millimeter we can write 2 by 10 centimeter, because 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters, isn't it? You can see in your scale also very small lines in between 1 centimeter, that is 10 small lines you can see. Then we can write thickness of coin h equal to 2 by 10 centimeter. Then length of cuboid. Next cuboid we can write L equal to 5.5 centimeter. Then width of cuboid B equal to 10 centimeter. The last height of cuboid. Height of cuboid h1. Keep in mind, already one h we took in here, that is thickness of coin. Then again height of cuboid, don't take h, give another alphabet. Okay, I just took h1. Otherwise you can use capital letter h also. h1 equal to 3.5 centimeter. Then our question, how many coins we will use for making this keyboard? How many coins? We don't know, we can take let n coins to be melted to form keyboard. We will use n coins, maybe 20 or 30. Okay, anyway, I took n coins to be melted to form keyboard. As per question, n into volume of coin equal to volume of keyboard. If you are using by n coins, after melting we will make this keyboard, isn't it? That means volume of n coin and volume of keyboard will be equally, because we are using same material of n coins. Then we can write n into volume of coin equal to volume of keyboard. N into volume of coin. Coin means cylindrical shape, isn't it? Pi r square h. Then volume of keyboard, that is LBH, LBH, but H don't write H1. Height of keyboard we took H1. N into pi value we can give in here 22/7 r square. Radius of coin is 1.75 divided by 2 all square into h. H means 2/10. 2/10 equal to LBH1. What is L? L means 5.5. B means 10 into H1, that is 3.5. From here we have to find out n. Right? N into 22/7 into 1.75 divided by 2 into 1.75 divided by 2 into 2/10 equal to 5.5 into 10 into 3.5. From left side you can cancel this 2 and 2. So then this 2 and 22 11 times. N equal to 5.5, 10, 3.5, 11/7, we can write 7/11. Take reciprocal when you bring right side. Then there's 1.7, that one we can write divide by 1.75. And here also one more, 1.75. This 10 will come upside. Keep in mind 11/7 I written 7/11, then 1.75 right downside. This 1.75 also right downside. This 10 bring to right side, that will come upside, numerator part. Then you can cancel 11 and 55, that is 5.5. That means 0.5, 0.5 will get. 5.5 and 11 cancel. Then this 1.75 and 3.5, in here also 1.75, all decimal number only. We cannot do anything. First we have to remove that all the decimals. That's why we can write 0.5 into 10 into 3.5 into 7 into 10. All divided by denominator part 1.75 into 1.75. Then if you remove these points, we'll multiply with which number? 10,000, because after point 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers are there, isn't it? That means we need 4 zeros. Then only that points we can remove. If you multiple denominator part means same number we have to use in numerator part also. Now the 0.5 just write same as it is. Then multiple 10 into 3.5. You will get 35. 35 into 10. 350. 350 into then 7 into 10,000. You will get 70,000. Divide by 1.75. We can write 175 into in here also 175, because after point in here 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers, then in here 4 zeros are there. That's why we can cancel this point, this decimal, and this all the zeros. Then 175 and 350 cancel 2 times. This 175 and 700 cancel. In 700 4 times. 4 into 175 will get 700, then remaining 2 zeros. Then multiple 2 into 400, 800. 2 into 400, 800. Then into 5. 0, 0, 40. 4, 0, 0, 0. After point 1 number. That means 400. N equal to we got 400. Therefore, number of coins required, N equal to 400 coins. Now we can see next question, question number 7. A cylinder bucket 32 centimeter high and with radius base 18 centimeter. You can draw that figure. One cylindrical shaped bucket. Then height is 32 centimeter with radius of base 18 centimeter. This is full of sand. Here is filled with sand. This bucket is emptied on the ground and a conical heap of sand is formed. This full of sand here emptied on the land. That time they got one conical heap, the shape. They got this like one conical shape. If the height of the conical heap is 24 centimeter, height they are given 24 centimeter. Find the radius and slant height of the heap. Then this full of sand they are emptied on the ground. They got this like one shape, conical shape. That means volume of this sand and volume of in here conical shape sand also equally, because they use same sand, isn't it? Then volume is equal. Now we can write what are things given in here. Solution given height of bucket. You can write in here also bucket. Is bucket is heap, conical heap. Okay. Then height of bucket, you can take h, small letter h, is 32 centimeter. Already given in question. Then radius of bucket, small letter r, that is 18 centimeter. then height of conical heap h1, because h already we took as height of this bucket, then height of conical heap you have to take different, little different. That's why I took h1, that is 24 centimeter. 24 centimeter. We have to find out radius of this conical heap and slant height. We can write first radius. Let r1 be the radius of conical heap. Then, as per question, volume of sand in bucket equal to volume of sand in conical heap. Keep in mind, this is full of sand. This same sand they emptied on the ground. That means volume of this sand and volume of this conical heap, the shape will be equally, because they use same sand, not different. Okay, then we can write volume of sand in bucket and volume of sand in conical heap will be equal. Then volume of sand in bucket means cylindrical shape. We can use that formula, that is pi r square h equal to volume of sand in conical heap, that is 1/3 pi r square h. In here, radius of conical heap we took r1. Have to write r1. Then height of conical heap we took h1. Then directly this pi and pi cancel. R square. What is radius? Radius is here 18 square into h, 32. Equal to 1/3 into r1 square. What is radius of conical heap is, they are not given, isn't it? You can write same, r1 square into h1, height of conical heap 24. The 3 and 24 cancel, you will get 8 times. In 24, 3 8 times. 18 square we can write 18 into 18, that 32. This 8 bring to left side, that will be divided by 8 equal to r1 square. This 8 and 32 cancel. In 32, how many times 8? 4 times. Then 18 into 18 into 4. In right side, r1 square is there. That square bring to left side, that will be square root equal to r1. Then square root of 18 into 18, you will get 18. Out of two same number, we will take one number, isn't it? Then square root of 4, that is 2. Square root of 4 will be 2 equal to r1. 18 into 2 is 36 centimeter. Now we got radius of conical heap is 36 centimeter. Yeah, right. Therefore, radius of conical heap R1 equal to 36 centimeter. Part of question, not only radius, we have to find out slant height, isn't it? We can write slant height. Slant height of conical heap L equal to slant height. Normally we use L. Then once formula we have studied, that is square root of h square plus r square. This is slant height formula. But in here h square and r square we cannot use, because height of conical hip we took h1, then radius of conical hip we took r1, isn't it? Then that's why h1 square plus r1 square. We can give all values in here. Square root of h1, that is height of conical hip, is 24 all square, plus r1 already we got it, that is 36 square equal to, then in here 24 square you can find out, plus 36 square all square you can find out, then just add, then find out square root. That is one method. Another method is that we can write this 24, we can write 12 into 2 all square. 12 into 2, 24, isn't it? Plus this 36 all square. 36 we can write 12 into 3 all square. The square gives separately. We can write 12 square into 2 square. In here also 12 square into 3 square. What is common in here? 12 square, isn't it? 12 square take outside. Then remaining 2 square plus in here remaining 3 square. Equal to square root of 12 square. The square and square root cancel, you will get 12. Then remaining square root of remaining part, square root of 2 square we can write 4 plus 3 square we can write 9. 12 square root of 4 plus 9, 13. That means slant height of our conical hip, we got it 12 root